Hello guys, welcome to Daddy and the Don. It is week 3 of the English Premier League and our punditry team are here to bring you all 10 score predictions from this week's action. Before we get going, if you do enjoy this video or you're new, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell and leave a comment. We will get back to each and every one of you. We do really appreciate all the support we get and it really does help out the channel. So now we've got that out of the way, here is your first prediction, which is Friday night's action between Chelsea and Luton Town.
Chelsea versus Luton, Friday night football. Chelsea have had a poor start season, 1 point out of a possible 6. They are facing, the team that expected to go down pretty easily this year in Luton. They've only played one game so far and they lost that 4-1. Regardless of what Chelsea did against West Ham, I expect this to be a home win. I like to sometimes show imagination, but even if Chelsea play poor, I expect them to win this by a couple of goals. Luton will huff and puff. That's a phrase you'll hear a lot from myself this year when I'm talking about the Fulham Luton team. But yeah, like I said, I expect a win for Chelsea. I'm going to say 3-0.
Bournemouth versus Tottenham. Bournemouth have had, I'd say, a relatively steady start to the season. Drew at home to West Ham in the opening game, and then lost away at Anfield, which was expected. But I thought they put up a good fight. Unlucky in the end, but I think they've come out of the blocks better than people were expecting. I know they've only got 1 point, but I don't think they're a team that people are just going to turn over. Tottenham coming off a good result against Man United, 2-0. United had chances, but they looked an awful team. It's hard to gauge, but Tottenham played some exciting football. It was good to see. It's the best football that's been played at that stadium for a long time, or maybe ever. This one I expect a Tottenham win. I think there's a good chance they'll keep a clean sheet. I'll go for a 2-0 Tottenham.
My game this week, Arsenal-Fulham. So I only go one way in my opinion. Fulham had the greatest of starts. Arsenal have had 2 wins out of 2. Neither of them that convincing, but they've got the job done. That's all you can do. I think they'll be getting genuine title contenders this year. I don't see any reason why they can't go even closer than last year, especially now they've brought a couple of players in, especially Declan Rice. I think he looks good for them. So I just think it's going to be one-way traffic. I think this definite home win. Can't see anything different really. I'd be very surprised if Fulham get anything there. So it's going to be short and sweet. I'm going to go for Arsenal to win this one 3-0.
In a fixture that has seen it end all with draws, it wouldn't exactly be far-fetched to predict that this will be a draw. Brentford are coming off a comfortable and calm 3-0 victory away to Fulham, and Palace losing out at home to Arsenal in a tightly contested game. With it being at the G-Tech, I can see the crowd getting behind Brentford. I think I saw something that Palace are in for Iheanacho, so I don't think that's going to be able to go through in time, but it's still an interesting acquisition regardless. It should be a Brentford win, but this game always ends in draws, so I'm going to go 2-2.
Everton versus Wolves. Wow. This isn't a good game to watch. Wolves might be better because they're away from home, but Everton's football won't change and it's not going to be good to watch. They're in trouble. They don't have any money because of the stadium. I didn't really take in consideration when I was doing my pre-season predictions. Wolves have a good first team, bit lacklustre when it comes to backup. This could be a really boring game, but I just have a feeling someone's going to nick it, and I'm going to put my neck out and say that Wolves get an away win here, and they win this one 1-0. I think it's going to be a penalty as well. 1-0 Wolves.
Man United versus Nottingham Forest. Well, both of these teams have opened up with one win and one defeat from their two Premier League games this current season. Man United were heavily criticised after their performance against Tottenham last weekend. Forest, they scraped home with a 2-1 home victory over newly promoted Sheffield United on the Friday night match. Looking to the game, well, Man United strong at home. I think they should win, but you never know with Forest. I think if Cooper can now get a settled team, a team that gels as well, I think they could be a team that could hold their own. I don't think they'll be struggling like they did last season. Prediction of the result, well, Man United definitely need it, probably to satisfy their critics. So it could be quite a comfortable win. So I'm going to go for 3-1 Man United.
Brighton versus West Ham. Now, Brighton are a team that are currently top of the table, 2 very good wins, but let's be honest, Luton and Wolves team that, even though they play well against United, are favourites to get relegated, isn't the biggest scalps. Though, with that being said, they did well last year, they're expected to do well this year, and at home, against any team outside the top 6, they're expected to win. West Ham, though, good win last time out, unbeaten as well, and he's had a good start to the season, so this won't be easy. Both teams will fancy a win. I think a lot of people will go with Brighton, and on this occasion, I'm going to go with Brighton. I think they win this one in a high-scoring game, but a game which Brighton will dominate. I think they win this one 4-2.
Burnley versus Aston Villa. Burnley have obviously just played the one game, which was against Manchester City, which went as expected, although I was impressed with the way they played, especially the high press that they installed. I think it will have its desired effect against other teams, but obviously City are very good at playing up from the back. With regards to Aston Villa, they did take a bit of a hammering to Newcastle on the first day of the season, but I thought they did play better than the scoreline reflected, and they did take it out on Everton with a 4-0 thrashing. I think Aston Villa are going to be very good this year. They're going to be challenging for European places again, and I do think they'll get this one done. Burnley will give them a good run, and I think Burnley have got enough to stay up this year, but Aston Villa will just be too strong and will win this game 2-1. Sheffield United versus Manchester City, and I do worry for Sheffield United this season. They've just lost their opening 2 games against teams that predominantly don't score a lot of goals, and they didn't really create a lot of chances themselves in those games, just to 4 shots on target over 2 games. It's not really good enough at this level if you want to stay in the league. Man City, they are just purring like they normally do. 3-0, didn't get out first gear against Burnley, and they took care of a tricky Newcastle side 1-0, keeping clean sheets, doing what they have to do. I think this game could get ugly very quickly, but I'm going to be kind to Sheffield United and say that Man City get a couple of goals clear, take the foot off the gas, and just see this game out comfortably. 3-0, although it could be a lot worse.
So another difficult game this weekend for Newcastle, seeing as we got to play Liverpool. I'd say so far both teams have probably been inconsistent with the 2 opening fixtures. You know, Liverpool were dominant in their latest victory at the weekend, same as us against Villa, but probably both lacklustre in the reversed games against Chelsea and Man City. This fixture obviously has a history of throwing up exciting, fun games, but I would love if we got results just to annoy Klopp even more. So for that, even though I know we probably won't win, I'm still going to say Newcastle win 2-1.